Hi guys, hello, meet everybody, it's MicheleMarieDalene. Yes, I'm at the kitchen. Yes, it is the, I think it's the 12th today. I'm not sure. Let's see what time it is. I think, yes, it is the 12th of June. By the way, what's the weather going to be saying? Sunny. Yes, it's going to be very warm today. It's going to be a high of 33. Let me get into my phone here and I'll tell you more specifically how hot it's gonna be. Or so, this one has nothing to do with food. I mean, it has nothing to do with money. Actually, it has lots to do with money and food. Okay, but that was something I wanted to just check for myself. Alright, so let's get to today's weather forecast. Let me update this, refresh this. Right now, it is currently 27 degrees outside. It is sunny. The sky is clear. Feels like 28 degrees Celsius. Winds 5. South at 9 kilometers per hour. Humidity is at 56%. UV index is 3. Dew point is 18 degrees Celsius. Sunrise this morning was 5:17 a.m. Sunset tonight will be 8:28 p.m. And for the next few days, today, for example, is supposed to have a high of 33, a low of 20. Tuesday, no rain. On Tuesday, mostly sunny, a high of 31, a low of 15, 20% chance of precipitation. Wednesday, a high of 26, and a low of 10 degrees Celsius, mostly sunny again. Thursday, a high of 23, a low of 11, mostly sunny. And of course, Friday, June 16th, will be a high of 18, a low of 14, with 80% chance of precipitation. And there we go. That's the weather forecast for today and the next few days. Now, we have one more thing coming today for the immediate near future. It's a copy of the official copy of the DOS SPM software. One problem is it's 6.14. It's not 17. It's not 7.14. So it's technically one whole version behind the version that they say you should be using with the via Lucent, Merlin, AT&T. Pick your company because it's a long story. Okay. Legend software for these 7 is what I've got. And really Shine has a lot of neat features that I just had a chance to briefly look at the manual over. For example, do you ever want to be able to transfer a phone call from one phone number to another phone number that's not on your phone system? You're gonna go, what? In other words, let's say you got a call coming on line A, and you want to send it to, say, a friend who's off campus using phone line B. Well, with trunk-to-trunk transfer, you can do just that. So you don't have to worry about sitting there on the line while you press conference to connect it to calls, unless you want to. In that case, that's what we used to do in old school. The few times we did it, we would have done trunk-to-trunk transfer. But seriously, it's a lot of unnecessary extras I don't really need. So yeah, I could downgrade the Merlin operating system like down to 3.1, or just plain not use half those features, which is what I'm thinking. So I have the one computer, which is the actual honest-to-God computer with honest-to-God Windows XP on a hard drive on its own, and MS-DOS 6.22 on the same hard drive, but it is a different partition. And so we'll be able to demonstrate the software in its native environments, both the Win SPM 9 and the DOS SPM 7.14. And as far as the floppy disk table for MS-DOS, SPM 6.22 7.14. Well, there's some things in the 7.14 copy seem like they're missing because it was not officially a loose-end archive. So I got a feeling I might be able to glue the two pieces together. Well, we'll see what happens. Now, I worked on the floppy drives. I cleaned them, oiled them, lubricated them, got all the dust bunnies out of them. God, there was a lot of them, especially in the Linux server hard drive, which unfortunately still doesn't work. But then again, maybe there's something wrong with that drive. I don't know. Or maybe there's something wrong with the controller built into the machine. And that brings the second question, because on testing the machine, I found out that when you format a floppy disk, sometimes the disk fails in the first time. Well, when they say try, it's a new disk and try again, I hit yes, and it formats the same disk without even taking it out of drive the second time. So something in the BIOS of the computer with the MS-DOS 6.22 utility, and also I tried it on the Windows XP and it kind of did the same thing. So I definitely think it's more of a controller issue. That apparently both computers, well, in the case of the Linux machine, the floppy drive doesn't work at all. Maybe it's a missing cable, which could be. Maybe the cable's not connected. I haven't really looked. Look, to be honest, you've been into my computer, you see there's a rat's nest of cords, and it basically looks like a giant disaster from hell. Really, really, really messy. So, well, maybe I should get a USB floppy drive so that I can have an ability to read disks and do something with that. Not a bad idea. Speaking of USB, I have another demonstration coming up. I didn't do it yet because I want to get this modem system, or this computer, or the phone system set up first, because I'm going to need the phone system to test the second part. And that is ways to connect a modem, external modem, to your computer. A variety of applications. For example, I have an IntelliModem for the deaf. I have two of them. Okay, I have two. They're the exact same firmware and everything. So one of the things I'd like to do is I'd like to be able to access my modems easily from either computer. Now, I have an external USB dongle that's made by FTDI. It actually is made by another company. We're using the same chipset. So, since it is an FTDI chipset, the FTDI had a compatible driver for it. So, I put that in. Oh yes, free orange juice today. So, I put the driver in on PowerMac G5, and of course, it recognizes it. And when I do it about the specs, so and it says it supports both Intel and PowerPC. So I'm going to put the same driver into on Intel Core 2 Dual Mac. Oh, I found another thing too. When I was going through looking for all the pieces for these demos, I found my other white USB hub that's not foobar. Yeah! It's right. It's got all 10 working USB ports. Ooh! Okay, so why is that important? Well, let's say you got a lot of needs to plug in a lot of USB goodies into a computer. A lot of examples come to mind. Well, let's just keep it simple. Okay, you know the PowerMac G5 only has 3 USB. Yeah, PowerMac G5 does have 3 USB ports, right? The Intel Core 2 Dual Mac has 3 USB ports. The PCs only have 2 on old one and 4 on the other one, which is the one that runs the Linux server. So for this simple example, let's say you got a USB keyboard, a USB mouse, and you have a USB printer. Now, right there, you're taking up all 3 of your slots, right? Okay, that's obvious, right? So you need to expand your capacity. Well, that's where a hub comes in. And as long as it's a hub that is powered, that could be very important, and I'm going to point that out. As Big Clive has also demonstrated with the issue of powered hubs and some computers. Some powered hubs backfeed power to the computers that they're connected to, which can cause the computers to seriously get sick. Okay, in other words, they can fail badly. So I took his advice, as well as the advice of a few others, and I cut the trace between the USB internal feed and the USB powered line, because there's no diode, no between the 2 circuits. So the result is if you want a powered hub, you gotta plug in the power adapter into the wall. That's fine, okay? Because believe me or not, the built-in USB power hub on most computers, if it's already saying it's starving for electricity, it's not going to be able to power, say, a whole ton of thumb drives and everything else at the same time. Oh, that's another idea. Try this one. Actually, 8-bit guy tested this. What happens if you have a whole rack of thumb drives, all the same size, and you want to do is USB RAID configuration? Not a problem. It works fine. Except you're only dealing with USB 2.0, so don't expect it to be smoking fast as, say, FireWire 400 is. It's not, because it's a different protocol, different arbitration system, and it's just not as fast as FireWire 400. But since most computers have USB 4.0 anyway, that's almost a non sequitur to even think about it. But okay. So I found that. And then, of course, I mentioned yesterday I found my light meter. I found a 88 filter. I found a few other little itsy bits here and there. So we got a lot of things to demonstrate. And I also got something I wanted to show you when I do the modem demo, which is going to probably make you flip a tree. I had this wall wart that was the mains pins were broken off. So I wanted a tabletop. So I converted a wall wart into a tabletop power supply. It works. Now it sits on the table instead of sticking on my wall, which is a big plus, even if the pins weren't broken off, which they were. And it produces the right voltage for my Zoom 56K modem, which looks like roadkill on its own. I'm thinking about seriously getting a piece of plastic and gluing it onto the top. Gee, Mr. Carter, I think I got the plastic. Yeah? Well, I'm not going to cut my Merlin processor board. I'm sure I can find another piece of plastic from somewhere. In that cream color, 80s type plastic. Oh well, until that time, it works, so that's all you need now. I'm also up to 180 subscribers, and obviously we're going to be focusing, for those 180 of you, we're going to be focusing on a lot of demos about technical stuff and photo stuff, and it makes me feel better than sitting around my house and doing nothing. But when it's hot and it's sticky, it's when I do tend to sit around the house more. So I'm going to try to get some more things done in the house. And yeah, in the summer I get fatter than Jabba the Hutt. Sorry. It's true. I do more in the wintertime than I do in the summer. But I will try to do some more summer stuff to this time. Alright guys, listen, I'm running a little long. But thank you very much for watching this, and thank you for sticking around with me. Oh! As far as the guy that did not call me last night, thank God, that did not call me and asking for pizza. If you really seriously need to look up a pizza restaurant in Kansas, give me the name of your town and some of the towns surrounding your town, and I will do my best to find you a pizza restaurant in Kansas, okay? But I don't make pizza. Oh yeah, given the time you call, and we're in the Central Time Zone, you're gonna probably want a pizza restaurant that's open till at least 3 in the morning, right? I don't know too many 24-hour pizza restaurants in small towns, but I'm sure maybe Kansas City may have a couple. But I just don't know who they are. Alright? So thank you very much for hanging out, guys. I'll see you guys soon. The demo will be coming up probably this weekend. So, wish us luck. Bye-bye.